All right, Rambo 3. Yep, they just dropped the First Blood thing altogether. I've talked about this in my other reviews, but this is just one of the most hilariously titled series of all time. This one had a budget of $63 million, so it even went up from the last one of 25. They doubled the budget. So in the first one, they doubled the budget for the second one, and it doubled the take. So, in this one, they were probably hoping, all right, $25 million for the last one with a $300 million return. If we over double the budget, it was almost 3 times the budget, then it's going to bring even more in. Nope. This one dropped all the way down to $189 million. And I will tell you this. It's because it's not a great movie. I think that was a big issue. The problem that this film suffers from is this movie should be fun as fuck. It should just be a thrill a minute. Because the last one, as cartoony as it is at times, as much of a parody as it becomes of itself, it was fun as all hell. It's a fun-ass movie. It's nowhere near the league of the first one because that one's like an emotional drama. It's also an action. It's got it all. And the second one's just a pure action, tropey parody of itself. It's, it is what it is. It starts having like little obvious tells and action sequence. I don't care. It was just a fun-ass movie. This one, the first 50 minutes is really boring. Like, I was like, oh my god, dude, is anything ever gonna happen in this movie? What the fuck? It's a Rambo movie. This is Rambo 3, the $63 million budget. What the where's all the explosions? Where's all the gunfights? Where's all this? We don't even have to break Rambo out of jail here. He's in Thailand still. He's ready to go. So, I don't know. But yeah, he's even buffer here. Scars on the chest are a little different, but at least he does have that scar on his face from his burning that he received in the last one. And then Troutman shows up and needs your help in Afghanistan. And he's like, nope. So Troutman goes without him, gets his ass captured, and he's like, they tell him, it's like, look, we can't do anything about it. We're just here to tell you. Bullshit. They knew Rambo was going to act. BS. They went there. Oh, just flew out here to tell you. Yeah, fucking right. So he went out and he's like, hey man, if you get caught, we don't know you. And he's like, I'm used to it. Get the fuck out of here. And then I like how he gets there and the guy's like, I can tell by the look in your eye you've never seen battle. This guy is bad at reading people. This guy's really bad. Now, another really funny parody of Rambo is in National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1 with Emilio Estevez, where he gets all prepped like Commando or Rambo, and he gets all like just, the montage of getting everything ready, and he just has so much stuff he falls over because he just can't even keep himself up with all that shit on him. And of course, Hot Shots Part 2 parodies the shit out of this movie as well. But where I'm bringing that specific scene up is because he needs 2 horses to bring just his stuff. 2 horses to bring all this stuff he needs for what he's going to do. And it's like, are you going to carry all that? 2 horses to carry it all? Holy shit. So then he's just kind of running around with this guy, and then he makes friends with this kid, and he's making allies, and he's going out, and he's playing sheep ball and all that. And that's up till the 50-minute mark. And I'm like, nothing has happened in this fucking movie. He's just riding horses out in the desert and playing sheep ball. What the hell is going on in this movie with a $63 million budget and this ridiculous, ostentatious poster and this just like, what the fuck, where's the action? And then, okay, once it gets to this point, from there on, it's action. And from there on, it's fun. It brings me back to the second movie. It's a little more ridiculous than the last one. It's the sequel. It's supposed to do that. That's what they do. But this one starts to move into that cheesy territory of like one-liners and stuff. And they're just like kind of way too on the nose one-liners. And you're like, ooh, don't do that. Don't go that area. I think he was like trying to compete with Arnold, not only in his buffness, but in the quippy one-liners. He wants his own, I'll be back or something. And no, that's Arnold's shtick. Don't do that. he did that way too much in Cobra, but I love Cobra. Cobra's just the right kind of cheesy. This one, unfortunately, in those cheesy moments, is not the right kind of cheesy. So it's a fine line. And then there's a massacre of all these people he's kind of gotten to know over the last 5 minutes, and 4 of which it was them trying to beat him up on a horse. So, I mean, he bonds differently than I do, but that's okay. And they tell him, "This isn't your war." And he says, "It is now." It's a good line. I like that one. But very Rambo thing to say. And then this kid's coming up and he's trying to jack everything off of Rambo, and he tries to tell you, he's like, "Can I have it? Can I have this knife? Can I have your necklace? Can I have your fucking hair? Can I have your nose? Can I have everything?" He just wants it all, man. But he's wearing the necklace that his little girlfriend in the last movie had when she died, that he's now using for luck. And when the kid shows up, I'm like, oh no, not a kid. Get this kid out of here. Anytime there's a kid around, it always turns into like, plot armor. It's like nothing can happen to this kid, and it just becomes a growing nuisance on the character, and it's annoying, and you're just like, get the fucking rid of this kid, man. It rarely works. And even when it works, it still can be slightly annoying. Like Short Round in Temple of Doom. Even though I love him, it does get a little like, okay, shut the fuck up, Data. Just for 2 seconds. And then there's like one of the bad guys in this. I wish I had a clip right now to show you, but he straight up yells at these characters like Jabba the Hutt. Like when he was talking, I was listening to him like, "Jabba Jabba Wookie, oh oh oh." It was like straight up Jabba. It was hilarious. I was laughing. And then Rambo does like a Trojan horse, where he hangs from the front of a tank, and you can so see him on the front of that thing. There's no way no one saw him. But it's Rambo, man. He's invisible. And then I like the line that Troutman says, like, "What do you act like he's a god," and he's like, "No, God would have mercy. He won't." So they're really going for the lines here. And then the famous cauterizing of the wound scene, where he puts the shit in it. They've debunked that, as far as I remember, on Mythbusters, but I don't give a shit. It's badass. And then after he does that, he climbs a mountain. He goes full cliffhanger on this and climbs a mountain with an injury where he was just shot through here. And then later in the movie, he references the whole, I've taught him how to ignore pain and all this. And Troutman's like, "So how's that working for you?" And he's like, "Not so well, but don't take it personal." It's like a little gag, little joke, whatever. And it's like, okay, if that's true, how were you climbing a mountain earlier? Like, I was more under the belief that you just could ignore pain, but now you're climbing mountains with an injury where a lot of that muscle would be required. There's no fucking way. And this is a, like, you slip, you fall, you die. You don't have any rigging. You don't have any safety line. You have nothing. You're just out there freaking Ethan Hunt free climbing in Mission Impossible 2. Ridiculous shit. All right. And then of course, like another staple of the Rambo franchise, and another one of these lines: "Who are you?" "I'm your worst nightmare." I think that's parodied in, is that Hot Shots, or no? I can't remember which one that was. That line's been parodied plenty, but I can't remember which one I'm thinking of specifically. Okay, one of my favorite my favorite kill scene of the first 3 is in this movie. And it's when he's fighting with a guy, and he wraps the rope around his neck, pulls the grenades, kicks him down a hole in the ground. He falls down, it like cracks the guy's neck just as he explodes. Brilliant death. Beautiful, amazing, made me laugh out loud. Hell yeah. And then Troutman and him get, surrounded. They're screwed, and he looks at him and he's like, "What do you say?" And Rambo looks over, and up until this point, Rambo maybe only said the F word like 2 other times, but he looks over and he's just like, "Fuck him." Love it. Great shit. From 50 minutes on, this movie is just what you want it to be. It's just, unfortunately, getting there is a chore. And then he grabs, yeah, he has the rocket launcher, and for some reason, instead of shooting it directly into the helicopter that's in front of him, that would be his main opponent since they can fly and take a height advantage, Obi-Wan Kenobi style. I got the high ground. He goes for a truck all the way over on the left. Why he goes for that truck instead of the helicopter? Maybe he knows that helicopter would deflect it. Is it gonna like reach out one of its transformer arms and knock? I don't know. I don't got a reason for why he doesn't shoot that helicopter, but there you go. And then the rebels come in, very Star Warsy, and they ride on in, and we got horses versus tanks. Who do you think's gonna win that one? Well, in a movie, horses win. But yeah. And then you get a tank versus helicopter. Why would he continue to keep flying so low? Like, the whole point of having a helicopter is that you can be up high. So the fact that he's flying so low, that he's not solo. There's someone else in there with him, but he's flying so low that he rams right into the tank as he shoots him, and then Chapman's like, "Get out of there!" And it's like, it's a tank, man. I'm a Sherman tank. He was conjuring up his inner Pauly Shore and Biodome there. And then, yeah, the rebels ride in like Gandalf and the Riders of Rohan to help save the day. And then Rambo talks to the kid who wants everything, who he gives his good luck away to. Maybe that's why he's so miserable in Rambo 4, because he gave all his good luck away. He shouldn't have given the necklace away. It'd be funny if we found out in like Rambo 5 that kid ended up becoming like a billionaire oil tycoon or something. That'd be great. Like, he gave away all his luck. That'd be great. But yeah, he gives that away, and he says, "I gotta go. I gotta get out of here." And in the end of this movie, or in the beginning of this movie, he lives in Thailand still, because you got Vietnam down here. Then above that is Thailand, and then above that is Burma, which is where the next movie takes place. So it's kind of like you're moving north up the mouth of Asia there. So I like that he's in Thailand in the next movie. So he just returns back to where he is, and he hasn't been home since since he was released from jail. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's move on.